Hi Cancer, and welcome to your, I was about to say May, oh my gosh, your June predictions reading. We're going to be looking at the month of June in general for you. So this predictions reading will not include love unless love is explicitly brought up. If you're looking for a love specific reading, I do have a mid-May to mid-June reading for your sign, which I will put up here for you. And then I'll be doing a mid-June to mid-July love reading for all signs in the middle of June as well. So this reading is intended for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Risings, or those who have strong Cancer placements in their chart. So if you're not a Cancer and you're here cross-watching, you're more than welcome to stay, but I need you to know that I'm a very honest reader. So if you hear or see something you do not like, you have been warned. Alrighty, let's get into it. We're going to have a look at the main themes your sign can expect to experience in the month of June for Cancer, please, Spirit. What are the main themes Cancer can expect to experience in the month of June? So at the back of the deck, Cancer, we do have the Sun card coming up for you, and the Sun card is in the reverse position. A key theme is this card, which was not revealed, Mutable Energy coming through for you. So the mutable signs in the zodiacs are Gemini. We have, who's in the middle there? Gemini. I always forget about that middle person. I go straight to Virgo. There's Gemini, there's Virgo. There's a mutable water who's Pisces at the end, and the mutable fire is Sagittarius. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. We have the number 6 in the reverse position for you. And your last major theme is the Grand Cross in the reverse position. This seems to be a collective reading, Cancer. So it seems to be an energy, a collective energy, excuse me, not reading. It seems to be a collective energy. So I mean, it's going to be affecting you, but it's also something that seems to be affecting everybody. So we'll see how that affects you specifically with tarot. But I want to start with this mutable energy. So with this mutable energy, I feel like a major theme for you is going to be either changeable energy, things sort of feeling like they're not coming together smoothly, or experiencing a lot of sort of changeable energy in the sense of you're struggling to make things firm and set clear plans or intentions. It could be that things are struggling to kind of come into fruition in the way that you had hoped, and that you're experiencing people who are flaky. Mutable isn't always bad though. Mutable can be more of like a go with the flow energy. Instead of kind of taking control, just kind of being more passive, receptive, and seeing where things take you. So this could be very frustrating for your sign though, because your sign is cardinal. You're a leader. You're someone who likes to be in control, or at least likes things to be done the way that you are used to having it done. So it might be tricky. We'll see exactly what that theme is with tarot, and we'll get advice for you as well. Another theme for you is 6 reverse. So I don't see reciprocity here with this card reverse. I'm a bit worried about you, Cancer, because this is a theme that keeps coming up for you. Overgiving, or not having your expectations met, which makes me think that some of you are in a situation where you're either not getting what you want from the person who you're dealing with, or you're simply overgiving and not expressing how much you want as well. The other thing with 6 reversed, it does make me think of money. The 6 of Pentacles reversed, like owed money, debts, for example. We'll have a look at tarot to be sure, but if that is debts, then we just need to be careful about what we're borrowing, and we need to be careful about what we're lending to people as well. So we'll double check that. And the 6 could also mean your health. So those are some serious themes within that number 6. So we're going to have to look at tarot and get some advice as well. With Grand Cross here, a major theme for you seems to be an ongoing challenge or struggle that you've had that's been affecting multiple areas of your life with Grand Cross, something that's put a lot of pressure on you. And I feel like you have a responsibility here to figure out how to either end this cycle or how to change the pressure so that you're not the only one that's having to deal with this. It feels like a heavy, heavy 10 of Wands energy. You're either taking too much responsibility, and you could be finding ways in June to palm off that responsibility and to ensure that you're not the only one that's carrying the brunt of that load. So some crazy energies to get through. I want to get more specific. Let's have a look at this mutable sign, shall we? Mutable sign. I am getting this feeling like you're taking on too much in June, Sweet Pea. I feel like you've finally got a chance to live a little in May, to take a load off. And then June is reminding you of everything that you have been avoiding and what you may need to kind of deal with in order to make this load off energy a more regular occurrence, because I feel like you had a bit of a hiatus in May maybe, and then June is bringing back some of the issues that you were able to deflect. What's going on with mutable? Mutable, please, Spirit, for Cancer. What's going on with mutable for Cancer? The first card that came out for you is the 10 of Wands. I knew it. What's going on with mutable? Okay. The back of the deck, we do have the Hierophant reverse. So I see cancellations. I see for some of you false promises. Somebody's saying they're going to do something and then them not actually doing it. I see a change in structure, a change in a relationship as well. Someone who you used to go to for support and advice is now needing support and advice from you. Spirit, who is this person? Death card reversed. This could be an ex. This is somebody who is going through a hard time. You had put boundaries up with this person. You told them very recently that you don't want to have to deal with this again. They could be a Scorpio, sweets, or a Taurus, but I don't feel like they're a Taurus. I feel like they're pretending to be a Taurus. They're pretending to be balanced, and they're pretending to be nurturing, and they're pretending that they are good for it. This is probably the person that's going to want to borrow money from you as well. They're not a completely bad person, but they're in a rough spot and they're coming to you for support. So what is the, well, we'll ask you about that at the end. I was about to say, what is the advice, Spirit? Is there anything else they need to know about that person, Spirit? The Empress reversed. Yeah, they're not as loving as they say they are. They're taking advantage of your loving nature. This person is pretending to be a Taurus. It's crazy. It's like they're using you either because you are very nurturing and motherly, or they are a manipulative, nurturing person. They're pretending to be nurturing. They're pretending to do this, pretending to do that, and they're not following through. That's how you know who this person is. They're not the kind of person who will genuinely follow up eventually in their own time. They are someone who actually, the facade is struggling to hold up now. They're barely doing the bare minimum in what they say they will. So first card that came out for you was the 10 of Wands. We also had the 7 of Cups and the 5 of Cups here in the reverse position with mutable. The last card I have for you is the Valet of Goblets, which is the Page of Cups. So a lot of frustration over here. You're carrying way too much responsibility in your life, and that is changing in June. Some of you have the potential to call people out on their behavior and to say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Most of you, this is a workplace situation, while with all these cups here, this is definitely a relationship that is close to you, a sibling for some. This feels like it could even be somebody who you were considering building more of an intimate relationship with. It's not that you don't know them well enough already. It's just that you were actually hoping to be more emotionally dependent on them, when instead they're emptying your emotions. This has energy vampire vibes. The relationship is very burdensome. It's making you feel like it's very unpredictable. This person is just kind of throwing you left, right, and center. The other thing about this mutable energy is you are changing your approach. So it's not just all about this person's energy. It's about you. I feel like you're going to get clarity over how this connection is making you feel. You're going to realize that to some extent, Cancer, your actions have been enabling this person, and you've been allowing them to stay stuck in an immature energy. Oof. Not only is this person taking advantage of you, but they know this. They're taking advantage of the fact that you keep them where they want to be, and they're feeling quite stunted with this Valet of Goblets. Spirit saying this person isn't growing. They're not growing anywhere. They're staying very stuck. You're dealing with somebody who will continue to use this goodness that you're giving them to remain where they are because it's comfortable, it's easy. This person is immature, and I don't think many people have confronted them in the way that you are getting ready to confront them. The thing about this relationship, for many of you, you've hit your breaking point, but this is, for most of you, the kind of person where you're not going to just call them out and get rid of them. You're going to call them out and you're going to say, I love you, I have love for you, and I want you to be better in order to stay. So I see boundaries first. I see a confrontation or just a really heated conversation. And then I see a trial. I don't see you cutting them out. I see you kind of giving them a chance here, especially with the Five of Cups reversed. You're disappointed, you're heartbroken for some of you, but you're not ready to let go completely. You're not ready to take that as your end-all be-all emotion. You're wanting to kind of keep things going with them. So Spirit, what is the advice for Cancer in this situation? Yeah, wow. Any more? Thank you, Spirit. This is an issue that you encounter a lot in your lifetime, especially with boundaries reversed at the bottom deck. You've cut other people out and off for much smaller things. You've cut other people out of your life for much smaller things. This person has been taking advantage of you for some time, and yet most of you aren't going to be able to cut this person out. You're going to give them a second chance. So Spirit is asking, well, saying to you, if that's what you want to choose to do with your free will, consider how to set the right boundaries to ensure that you are still following your goals. I see that this person distracts you from who you want to be. They make your situation so tense. They make you so overburdened with responsibility that you have no time to pursue the things that you want to do. This is a very needy sort of energy, and you're no longer confused. In June, you're going to realize what you need to do and what you need to say, because your feelings are very crystal clear here. We have grieving. Don't be afraid to say what needs to be said, even if the words are difficult, even if the conversation is quite heavy. I feel like this grieving situation is actually about opening up, letting emotion out, as any water sign struggles and is good at doing at the same time. I see a transformation here through a heart-to-heart conversation, but we can't beat around the edges here. We can't just kind of avoid the sharp topics. We have to be honest with grieving here. Otherwise, we cannot heal. With healing reversed, this is going to be an ongoing issue for you in various connections throughout your life until you kind of figure out who and how and when Spirit's saying to call people out and recognize the signs of goodness, this is happening again. You have this beautiful energy of care and nurturing, but those are positives and they should never be taken advantage of. And the other thing about you, Cancer, is like you have your breaking point, and I feel like this person's hit that breaking point for you. So it feels like a sibling because you can't get rid of them completely. Let's have a look at this 6 energy, please, Spirit. What is this 6 theme in Cancer's June predictions? What is going on with the number 6 here for Cancer? Okay, yeah. It does have to do with finances for sure, but it's more than that. Bottom deck energy is the Valet of Discs reversed. So we have the King of Discs, the 9 of Discs, and Justice. The 9 of, all of these cards actually are reversed, Cancer. So it has to do with your finances, Financial security is what Spirit is saying. You don't need to worry explicitly. If you're in deep financial debt, you would know that by now. What I'm seeing is that in June, you have the opportunity here to kind of re-examine some things that you've been committed to. I see a change in contract for some of you with work. I see a change of bosses. You trying to decide if you want to take on more in your workplace. Most of you aren't going to want to, but the opportunity is going to come back around. So if you've already been offered a higher position, you're going to be offered it again in June. If you haven't yet, you're going to be offered in June, and you may decline, but it will come back around again. I see it being offered to you twice. And the second time, I feel like you're going to accept it, because with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, you do need the money. You're just not feeling financially secure enough and financially ready for what is being asked of you. So the first time they ask, you're going to look at them and go, really, me? Like I'm barely in the role. I barely know what I'm doing. I don't have the right skill set. But they're going to offer it to you again, and it's going to make you think about it twice. For some of you, the reason why you say no the first time is there is an issue with the contract that you don't like. It might be that it's only a 3-month contract, and then when it comes around again, Cancer, they might say, hey, would you accept 12 months instead? And that could be the security that you want. Maybe it's the other way around. You don't want 12 months, you only need 3 months. And you're going to accept it after it's been offered to you once before. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of money. The other thing is, I feel like if you've been trying to start a business, it's going to hit a rough patch in June, only because you've got this huge issue over here that is taking a lot of your energy, a lot of your focus. And until we can kind of wean ourselves away from that, our other sort of endeavors are suffering. Working on your business is going to take a lot of effort in June, only because you seem to be struggling to get into a sense of security with it if it's a new business. I think with Justice reversed, be very careful about the contracts you sign, the partnerships you engage, and just what you sign up for. Read the fine print, be very careful, and be aware of what is asked of you before you sign any contracts in June. Because I do see an unfair situation here where somebody is actually using the contract to take advantage of you and what you can offer. So be careful, please, Cancer. The only other thing I'm picking up on is a strong feeling of insecurity here. So it could be a physical insecurity with the Nine of Pentacles and the 6th house reversed, number 6 reversed. It makes me think that there's a physical insecurity here that is being highlighted. So for some of you, you could be taking cosmetic surgery in June, or you may be considering doing something like that to help boost your self-esteem. It's something about your physical vessel that is limiting you from seeing your full potential, and it's delaying your ability to progress because you're measuring your ability to be successful with how you look in a physical sense as well. You're saying to yourself, I don't look like a manager, or I don't look like a whatever it is here when you're considering a higher level or a higher role. So that's the other message that I'm getting. Can we get some advice here for this number 6 for Cancer? What is the advice? Okay. Back of the deck, we have new beginning in the reverse position. So I do see you delaying your growth here and feeling stunted as well. While I think some of you are delaying it, I think you also just feel like it's going really slowly. Like either I'm not ready or the universe isn't giving me the opportunities that I want. That's the vibe here. We have empowerment in the reverse position first. We also have manifestation and trust. So all your advice is in the reverse position, much like the tarot itself. So Cancer, when it comes to the 6 reversed energy, Spirit is saying whether this is an insecurity of physical self, an insecurity of skill set, an insecurity of finances, you are really limiting your abilities to expand because of the way that you are seeing your material world. Some of you do have an unhealthy attachment to your material world that is giving more than it's actually receiving. You may be putting more out than you're getting back. So check your outgoing income. How much are you investing in the end of May and the beginning of June? Because by the end of the month, you're wanting to kind of take that extra, responsibility in order to pick up more income. Empowerment reversed is telling me that a lot of you are struggling to believe that you are good enough for what it is that's trying to come into your way, which is causing this deficit in what you are giving versus receiving. I do think we need to tighten that area up in our lives to ensure that we're not overgiving, to ensure that we know our worth before we sign a contract so that we're not being taken advantage of, and to ensure that when we do reject an opportunity, it's coming from a genuine sense of, I cannot physically do this versus I'm not good enough for this. Really consider that first. With trust reversed, a lot of you just don't think you're ready enough. You're not having the faith to think like, I'm ready for this, or I can do this. And I think that a lot of that has to do with all of this chaos. You aren't able to trust that you can pull this off, some of the endeavors that are coming your way, because you've got this person who's so dependent on you. And with manifestation reverse, some of you want more. You're saying to other people, like, I'm ready, I want to do this, I want to start my own business, or I want to be the leader, I want to be the manager, I want to be the coordinator. But you're blocking it because you don't have room for it in your life currently. So rather than advice, I feel like this is just information to point out key things, key blockages and key challenges that will arise in June as you're given a chance to balance your life out, especially your work situation out. Lastly, let's have a look at this Grand Cross. I've been talking so much for you, Cancer. It's a big month for you though, and I want to make sure that you don't end up feeling like you don't have a good month. With the Sun reversed, it's feeling like this month for you is one of a lot of pressure, one that kind of you have to put your own needs on the back burner. It's a month that you feel is going to either be very busy, or you feel like you have to almost hide away from people to recoup. You feel like you're not seen. People aren't seeing you and hearing you in a public sense. They're not kind of acknowledging you and your efforts as well. So it's very frustrating energy when the Sun is reversed. It's like your ego is struggling to be present. And when we're not present in that way, we do start to doubt ourselves, and we do start to feel less important than we are. So Grand Cross is showing cycles trying to close, very difficult cycles, and a lot of pressure from a lot of areas. Can we clarify what's happening here for Cancer, please, Spirit? What is happening here for Cancer? Oh yeah, moyam. Oh wow. First of all, there was no need to bring that many cards out. We have the Hanged Man and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, honestly, you do need to share the load a little bit, sweets. You don't have to be as busy as you are. There needs to be more balance in general, and June is going to highlight that issue for you. You've been taking on way too much, absolutely. There needs to be more balance. You don't have to be this overburdened. You're going to find a better routine for yourself. Maybe things got really crazy in May and you couldn't kind of keep a routine, and you might have liked that, but it might have been very stressful as well. I see you striving to get more balance there. The cards that came out for you are the Five of Pentacles reversed with Judgment reversed. And we also have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Hierophant. So that Two of Cups is reversed as well. So you're not seeing eye to eye with someone here. Someone who's supposed to be your support system is not being able to support you. You feel unseen here. You feel unheard, as though your issues aren't important. Now, the thing about that Five of Pentacles reversed, there's a sense of rejection here. You may reach out to somebody and they're not actually helping you in the way that you want to be helped in June. It should not stop there. Spirit is saying keep asking, because with Judgment reversed, somebody is going to answer your call. It may not be the first person though. For some of you, you'll reach out to a professional about an issue that's been really looming over you and causing multiple challenges in your life. It looks like a home renovation for some of you, and the right person is going to answer your call. You're going to be rejected first from the wrong person. So whether this is your partner, a professional, a friend, the first person you reach out to is not going to tell you what you want to hear, but the second person will. So a major theme for you, Cancer, is please don't give up. When faced with challenge and adversity, keep seeking your truth, keep seeking your support, because it will find you. But I see that you have a habit of asking people who are ill-equipped in order to help you. Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles upright tells me that something that you've been working really hard on is going to be your outlet. you're going to want to really bury yourself in this goal, and you're going to really kind of push yourself to do this. You may have been procrastinating doing this. It could be study, it could be a home renovation or a home cleanup. It's something that is actually going to be an outlet for you, something that makes you feel good about yourself. Other than that, I see you doing things that you've been procrastinating doing in June to help kind of these tough cycles end and to help take pressure away from certain areas of your life. With the Hierophant upright, I do see you seeking professional advice. I see you getting the answers you need and engaging with a mentor or someone who's able to kind of show you how to do something, and then they kind of encourage you and coach you to finish it off. For some of you, this is someone who is just there to listen, like a therapist, while for others of you, this is someone who is going to physically be there to support you in what it is that you're seeking. Now, I see that it is a good idea to do that. If you've been contemplating it now, book that appointment or call that phone number and see how you can get support. Now, the other thing with this Hierophant upright is I do see you having a very serious conversation that almost requires mediation between you and somebody who you have not been on the same page with. This is either a friend, a lover, or a family member. With the Two of Cups reversed, this is someone who you need to get along with in order to achieve a common goal that is coming up. It could have to do with your birthday in July or the end of June, but it's very important that you use your time or your opportunity in June to have a conversation with them, a serious conversation, to air out the grievances and to kind of let yourself move forward. This person deserves to hear your side of the story is what I feel. I also think that when seeking emotional support, make sure you're reaching out to people who can actually emotionally support you. Some of the people you're reaching out to have no business knowing that much about your struggle, let alone supporting you in your struggle. So let's get some advice for you, Sweet Pea. What is the advice for Cancer with that Grand Cross reversed? What is the advice for Cancer with that Grand Cross reversed, Spirit? Okay, we have good luck at the back of the deck in the reverse position. It's only reversed because we're not going to get what we want the first time around. We need to ask again and again. Now, we have friendship coming out for you, and we have compassion as advice. So please don't isolate yourself. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling burdened and challenged, and there's things that you've been putting off because it's just looming over you now, seek support, seek help from those closest to you, and don't stop if the first person says no. As a collective, a lot of us are in this energy. A lot of us have challenges. A lot of us are clearing out old karma. So if somebody can't help you, don't take it personally. Just know they're probably going through the same thing. Keep asking until someone is available, and it might be someone who you haven't seen in a while, which is a good chance for you to catch up and for you to strengthen that bond. With inspiration reverse, Cancer, my last advice for Grand Cross and the challenges that you will be bearing in June is to ensure that you are not comparing your struggle or your success to other people, only because now is not a time to distract yourself even further, let alone make you feel worse for how far some things have gotten with your delays and with your busyness and your maybe hiatus in May. June is a catch-up month for you, and it's going to be about clearing some of the junk and some of the stagnant and some of the heavy energy so that you can actually breathe and allow more opportunity in. Don't give up on yourself and your goals. Seek those connections that are helpful and supportive. And when the first person says no, ask and ask again until you get the right support from the right person. And that is what I'm seeing for you, Cancer, when it comes to the month of June. You've been a long reading. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please look after your beautiful self and have a wonderful, abundant, prosperous June. And I shall connect with you in another video. Bye.